Today's pick a card, I actually got this yesterday because the objects that I'm drawn to will usually tell me a little bit about the reading. And I did not do this reading yesterday because I was like, okay, why am I supposed to get a fork, a knife, and a spoon from my kitchen? Aren't people going to think I'm a little on the kooky side or something? So I think that has a part in it, and I've had time to think about it, and it was like something strange that's like, it just doesn't, it's not the normal course to go for you, or it's just so unfamiliar, or there's some nervous energy about this, and it seems like a weird thing, and it's like, what's going on? It's a very unusual feeling, but I have to do the reading because it's like 24 hours later and the reading's still waiting to come through, and it still wants a fork, a knife, and a spoon. So everything is time stamped if you need to skip the intro, but I want to give you just some notes I got for each pile real quick. For pile number 1, I got Sagittarius, Aquarius. Is this really what I'm doing? For pile number 2, I got Gemini and Pisces, putting on new shoes. And then for pile number 3 was Cancer, Leo, and Virgo, walking away a new direction. Now, if you didn't have your sign in there, don't worry, or if you see something that's not related to your sign, those were just messages that came through. Like I said, if you don't want my little long intro, I have some notes for overall on the message, but if you want to skip those, the timestamps are below in the box if you've picked your pile. And we'll just go through. I had, let's see, a doorbell ringing in the left ear, look out the window, something in the kitchen, in the pantry, in the shelves, a sense of being interrupted, daring to be, and it's kind of like a fill in the blank, not necessarily a daring to be you, but a daring to be, almost as allowing yourself to be what you've not allowed yourself to be before. Be not afraid. Aid and help is on the way. And then there was, you'll need to make a choice. The choice is yours, though. I skip up here. And then I was flipping through the Wisdom Oracle. We'll get to the tarot cards and the Oracle cards. We'll go through and clarify everything in each pile. It was really interesting. I used the Wisdom Oracle to kind of give me a little guidance, and one of the things that came up was look at the time, TikTok card, new life and higher power came through, and at the bottom of the deck when I was done using it, fork in the road came out, and then afterwards I pulled from the bottom of the deck to put them down, so fork in the road actually went with the fork, because I was like, oh, that's supposed to go there, and the card under it's here, and then the card under that is under there. Okay, and the numbers that came through when I was doing the Wisdom Oracle, 26, 39 came out, but I was supposed to take it as a 3 and a 9, and then a 4 card and a 23 card came out, but I was being told to say 423. And there was something about the third eye. So those are just random messages that came through. And with that, we'll go ahead and pick your pile, and I will see you in your pile. If you're called to more than one, that's totally fine. But yeah, I'll see you in a few moments. There is a card sticking off the top of the deck right now, and I'm going to show it to you because I'm being told to. It's 10, good luck charm. If nothing seems to be going your way, cast a spell. which is a strange, I'm being told, it has to spell. Okay, this I think is just because there are a few of you who are Wiccan witchcraft practitioners. And it's not cast a spell. I'm hearing cast aside, spell, write things down. But I think, I'm being told each pile will have this clarified. But for right now, it's like if nothing seems to be going your way, there's something in here about that. I don't know why this card wanted to come out. Is it clarified somewhere? Okay, yeah, it is. That's the clarification for the card. Four of Swords. Why are you resisting? And a problem that many of you might be facing right now is this new strange thing is coming in and you're resisting it. And just like I have resisted for like 24 hours about to do this reading, something good is coming in. It's just there's a resistance to it because it's strange. Okay, that's the overall general for everyone in the reading. And at the end of the reading, I do have a card I'll show at the end of each pile. Just that came out as what I'm supposed to let each of you know at the end of each pile. Okay, there. That's the long intro. And here we go to pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. You picked the fork. And it was Sag and Aquarius, but if those signs don't match with you, it's okay. It may even be like this will resonate in that particular house where those signs fall. And the question of, is this really what I'm doing? And if you were in there for the intro, there was a message that came through before the reading that said, look out the window. And I had a pause, well, during the pause, I had to wait for a little while. And my dog's looking at me again. If you hear a scratching sound or weird noise in the background, that's my dog fluffing her pillow. I had to stop this because my dog was trying to get up onto the couch and up to see so she could look out the window. So something about looking out the window may be metaphorical, or you find I just heard was, you know, while you're looking out the window, and I almost see you in a passenger seat while someone else is driving, just looking out the window, and it's just the thoughts, the answers, the explanations, what you need to hear is just going to come through to you in sort of that, it almost puts you in a meditative state. And it may not just be when you're driving a car, but I'm seeing somebody like sitting in a passenger seat, just looking out the window, and there's just the mind kind of gets and receives a message. So, and you don't always have to look to readings from people to get messages. I mean, messages are constantly coming to you. All you have to do is listen to them. So that's an important thing to just mention right there. And of course, when I did the oracle with this wisdom of the oracle, when I was done with it, at the bottom of the deck, I saw the fork in the road. So I just went ahead and I put each card, like the fork in the road, and then the next card, and then the next card down. So you have a fork in a road. And we did have, you'll need to make a choice. The choice is yours. So there is a decision to be made is what I'm getting for you. And it is up to you. You don't have to, but I'm being told, like, the longer you hesitate, the more difficult things are going to be. Okay, and the tarot card that came out with that is 5 of Cups. Spilled tea isn't the end of the world. And I just want to get the book on this. I knew I was going to read. I had this book out because I wanted to read 5 of Cups for some reason. We're going to read a little bit from here, okay? Spilled tea isn't the end of the world. After tripping and spilling nearly all her enchanted tea, this witch is totally distraught, to say the least. The good news, though, is that it was only nearly all of it, not all of it. There are still 2 perfectly good cups of tea, but she's so lost in her initial grief that she forgets all about them. There may be a situation where you're doing something similar, fixating on your missteps to the point that you can't see the magic that awaits you beyond them. You may find yourself overthinking of your past words and actions, but the thing is, there's no way for you to go back and change them. The only thing you can do is commit to using those hard lessons learned to make better choices in the future. So that is there. And it was interesting that it was going backwards, because when I pulled from the past life oracle, the cards came out backwards. Like I pulled pile 3, 2, and then 1. So there is something in that. And this is the love life card. Now, with the past life reading, well, actually with love life and 5 of Cups here, we're going to have to just acknowledge the obvious of the cards, all right? Some of you may be breaking up, divorcing, so forth. That if you didn't already know that that was coming, or you've just, even if you've been trying to deny it, okay, then yes, that's a part of your reading. If you did not see this and you weren't, this is not a predictive of a breakup coming if you're not already aware of the situation needing to go that direction, or if it hasn't already recently gone that direction, okay? But in the past life oracle cards, this always looks back to, some of what the difficulties we are having with love in this lifetime, maybe from past lives where we've had difficulties. And I'm being told, not everybody goes for the past life thing, and that's totally fine. Don't worry about it. It's take what resonates, leave the rest. But I just heard for some of you, you're learning a new way to love, and it may actually be the first time you're learning a healthy way of loving, and it feels really weird. Like it feels wrong and strange, and what was it? Is this really what I'm doing? Okay. And some of you with the is this what I'm really doing is you're realizing the things you were doing that were interfering with the ability to have healthy love. And that's not to be accusatory or to be blaming yourself for anything. There's absolutely no reason to blame that. And we just heard that in this, whatever past mistakes, don't worry about it. Mistakes are lessons. That's it, and believe it or not, blessings come from mistakes, because then we know how to bring something better into our life. And I think that is kind of, for most of you, that's what it is. You're shifting how okay, how do I word that, Spirit? The word respect is coming through. Demand respect is coming through is the words I'm hearing. I'll give you some of the words, and then we'll try to form this into a cohesive sentence and thought. Standing up for yourself is what some of you are doing, is learning to stand up for yourself. And when it says demand, sounds like such a strong word, doesn't it? Doesn't that sound like, oh, I shouldn't be so demanding? I mean, that's like a really energized, forceful word. But there is not negative use of the word demand. Demanding respect. And it's not in the way of saying, you're going to respect me. You know, it's not forcing it, but it's like saying, you know, that's not, I'm not willing to allow people to treat me like that. So if you're going to be that way, this isn't, you know, I really would rather not spend time with you. Or, you know, that kind of feeling. Some of you are stepping into your power, kind of a strange word to use again. A lot of these words sound, and I think this may be what you're experiencing because that's how I'm feeling in response to these words. Demand, power, respect, life force. You know, like there's these empowered words coming into your life that you're trying to act upon and you're learning to act upon, but they feel so strange because submissive used to be the word. And take that in any you know, I don't want to say in any interpretation. I could go somewhere weird with Love Life card here. Sorry. But how do I say? Okay, we're going to move on to the tarot cards and see if there's more to come out rather than me trying to ramble about here. So what can we find for pile number 1 to help them? How you were approaching life before? Okay, we're going to start with how were you approaching life before? And I don't know why I'm supposed to take all 3 of these cards or just the top or the... So we have the 8 of Pentacles. Sorry, but fairies aren't going to come do all the work for you. And what I just heard was you may be someone who does a lot of other people's work at the sacrifice of the work that you need to get done for yourself. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles. Nothing is ever as hopeless as it seems. But for this, it's a lot of you have felt left out. And I'm seeing safe haven over here. And let me see if I make sure this is in focus for you. The safe haven, it's this feeling like there's no safe place in the world and this constant need to try and make sure you're secure in other relations. And then the High Priestess, when in doubt, your first gut feeling can always be trusted. And for a lot of you, you haven't trusted your instinct when it tells you things. And especially in whatever this particular new situation is, instinctively, you know, this is it. This is the right thing. This is the right thing for me. This is what I need to do. Instinctively, you know it. But it's like the mind is going, but this isn't how I've been living my life. This is totally new. What? I'm supposed to do this now? What? I don't know. This feels weird. So it is, you know, and it's stepping away from working so hard to make sure everyone else around is satisfied with how you're behaving and what you're doing so that you can just try and feel safe with people. But that's not the way to feel safe with people. We have to feel safe within ourselves. And to feel safe within ourselves, we have to be able to learn to trust our intuition and what we hear from inside of us. And that's going to guide us to the best places. We're going to always feel most secure when we feel secure believing in our own instinct. And I know right now it may be very difficult because there's new instincts, there's new intuition coming to the surface right now that is leading you to live more in alignment with your higher self. And live a healthier lifestyle in terms of relationships. And it's so unfamiliar that it is frightening. So a lot of you are in a moment of like, but I'm scared, but it's not the fear, it's not the normal anxiety and fear that you usually have in the past. This is like, not only are these new intuition and intuitive senses new, but this particular type of fear is a new kind of fear for you. But in this new kind of fear, it's partly resistance, it's a hesitation, there's an examination that needs to go on, but it's not a fear that's stopping you. It's just saying, I'm going to go slowly and I'm going to analyze things so I can see this is really a positive thing. Okay, so I'm wondering if this will be a short read for today. I know I have another reading that's sitting waiting to come through. So, I keep looking at the tea leaf tarot, and somebody just said, I want a tea leaf. Okay, for whoever asked for the tea leaf, there was not going to be any. It was just going to be the tarot, but at the bottom of the deck is protection from a powerful friend. I really don't want to go into the tea leaf. Why is... And we have muddled and unclear thinking. That's just where I opened the deck to. We're going to do it this... Why? Wheel wanted to come out. Okay, Wheel wanted to come out. Let's see what's going on. Someone's requesting these cards. So I'm going to pull them because I can hear the request. And let's just see what we've got on the table right now. Okay, so we pulled the protection from a powerful friend. If this doesn't resonate with all of you, don't worry. This is being called for from some of you. Muddled, unclear thinking. And right now, okay, I'm supposed to read all of the cards and then we'll put things together. Indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly, and then use your intuition to make beneficial changes. And butterfly is under here for some reason. A change for the better. Okay, for whoever asked for the tea leaves, the message is there. You're protected, you know, from other people's power. And I think that's, other people don't have power over you. It's an important thing to keep that in mind. You have power over yourself. And there's been a lot of muddled and unclear thinking. And I feel like a sense of the muddled, unclear thinking is you trying to take what other people are saying is right for you and best for you and how you should be, and you trying to put that into practice into your own life, and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work, and it gets you into a state of confusion. And then with this new energy coming in of within you, this new energy that's coming in is from within you. It's from your higher self. It's from spirit. It's an internal. Okay, and I just heard you're learning to use your internal compass rather than trying to figure out these really confusing, muddled maps that other people keep throwing at you. And everyone has like a different kind of map that they want you to use and navigate with. You are, and here it is, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly because you're following other people's maps, and everyone has their own map. We each have our own map for our life. And what you're doing right now is you're pulling out your own map. Okay? And the indecisive part is like, is this really how I'm supposed to go? This is new to me. And new things can be uncomfortable. The next card that came out for this was use your intuition to make beneficial changes. And that's what we're talking about. This is your intuition. We have here, we had intuition on another card here. Is this the one? When in doubt, your first gut feeling can always be trusted. That's what you're learning. And you're going to be able to make much more, you're going to be much better with decisions, but make beneficial changes. So these are positive changes coming into your life by using your compass, your map. And the card beneath that, I'm being told to pick it up this way so that we don't reveal the card under it. And then a change for the better, butterfly. So that's where you're headed by trusting this. So yes, just like I had to sit down and do a reading for a pick a card reading that I am going to put publicly out there, and your options for picking are a fork, a knife, and a spoon. Like, who does that? You know, I get it. It's like, are you serious? Like, that's what I'm supposed to do? Really? But it makes sense once you start to do it. And it is okay to be analyzing. And there was something in here in the earlier notes when I was writing, note-taking, journaling might help. And I'm being told to let you know that for some of you, since you are kind of analyzing this new path and this new compass and wondering, like, is this making sense? To be able to, like, get out a journal and just start writing a journal and take notes. Okay, my intuition said this. This is how I felt in reaction to it as I went about my day, or as this, I allowed some of it to happen, that I allowed myself to follow the intuition a little bit by doing this, and these were the results. For some of you, it's going to be that kind of a journaling, and those questions, which I cannot off the top of my head remember, so you have to like rewind a little bit and get those questions. But it's, for some of you, it's very important. Ask those questions, and hopefully I said them clearly. You might have to rewind and listen to it a few times to totally get what I just said. But overall, like, this is like, I think this is wonderful, and it's always such an amazing thing when, someone truly, like, to find your own compass, to find your true north, to know how to navigate from the map that you were given when you entered this world, rather than having 10 different maps that do not match, but they come from all different people, and you're constantly lost and meandering and getting nowhere. So this is a wonderful thing, and it is scary and it is strange. But like I said, for some of you, you just rewind back and get those questions because they were important. I didn't write them down and I have a bad memory. So I can't tell you them again, and Spirit's not giving them to me again. It's already moved on. So, but yeah, definitely for some of you, that journaling is going to help you build that trust with yourself, because right now is a time of learning to trust yourself. Okay, thank you for letting me do the reading for you, pile number 1. This has been wonderful. I'm very excited for your journey, and it's a beautiful one that you're on. If you're called to another reading, you're welcome to do that. I always love to hear your comments, and anytime, you give the video a like or a share or you subscribe, it helps the algorithm so that this message can go to more people. So if this really resonated with you and you want to help you want to help YouTube understand that it should go to more people. Please, like, subscribe, comment, share, and come back again. I hope you will subscribe and come back, and click the notification. I would love to keep reading for whatever group this was. And some of you, you are really powerful. Like, I heard from you to pull the tea leaves, even though I was like, I am not doing tea leaves in another one of these pick cards today, okay? But you called me to do that, and there was very important information there. So, yeah, you've got a really great intuition. I'll catch you in another reading. Bye-bye. Okay, sorry, I messed up there. See, past mistakes, we all have them, don't worry. I forgot that when I first took out the reading, there was an end card that I'm supposed to reveal at the end of each of the piles, okay? And the card is 21, the world. Yay, you did it. Now, do something to celebrate a job well done, okay? Sorry, pile number 1, I forgot that card. I've never done it this way, where I have like a card for everyone that I'm supposed to reveal at the end. So, okay, that's all. Catch you in another pile, another time, in another reading. Thanks. Okay, pile number 2. If you picked the kitchen utensil, the knife. Really a strange one. Okay, so I finished reading for pile number 1, and then I took a break, and I needed to get coffee. I was like, I don't know what it is. Y'all wanted me to have some coffee with you. It's the vibe for this group is so different than the first group. Yeah, there's a feistiness that goes on there. So I went in the kitchen and I'm making the coffee, and I heard, turn on the radio. There's a song that's supposed to go with group 2. And I ended up having to Google it, and if somebody wants to post all of the lyrics in the comments, that'd be really cool. But I did Google it, and it was the song We Can't Be Friends, Wait for Your Love by Ariana Grande. And what I had jotted down when I was in the kitchen was actually, I don't want to argue. Excuse me, I got like a cough for some reason. And I feel like that wasn't just a cough. That's like somebody's like, when you don't want to say something, but you just sort of, it's like, I'm pretty sure that sounded horrible on this recording, but you get what I mean. Like, some of you are like doing that, like feeling like doing that a lot, okay? I had written down, I don't want to argue, and you got me misunderstood. But some of the lyrics that jumped out, I didn't think you could understand me, and I noticed in the bold it was, and I'll be all right. What are you is a note that I wrote down. I don't know why I even wrote that down. I lost that. I lost that. And then some of the other, when I looked up the lyrics, it was, I don't want to argue, but I don't want to bite my tongue. You got me misunderstood, but at least I look this good. So there's a sense of like, there's things you want to say, and maybe there's some misunderstandings, and like, I don't want to put it this way, because like, you know what? Some people might think you come across as a bitch, guy or girl, non-binary, whatever, just, but sometimes you just have to say what you need to say. And maybe in this we'll figure out because this is about something strange coming in a push. There's a sense of a pushing away of it. Group 1 was supposed to embrace it. We'll find out if you're supposed to embrace this or push this thing away. Now, I did, before the reading, Gemini and Pisces came up. If those aren't your signs, don't worry. This reading can still be for you. And it may correlate with where you have those placements in your house. And the saying I had in my head was putting on new shoes. So we'll find out what's going on, and I'm just sort of like, I'm feeling this weird silence, but we'll get into the message. I have my coffee. I'm going to drink coffee. We're having coffee. Oh, yeah, it's like cut like a knife. Yes. Yes, you are the knife group. You know how to say things that cut like a knife. Okay, we're just gonna take... The first card, of course, comes out is To Be Fair. And we'll just open all of these up and we'll get moving for the message from there. For the tarot card that came out was King of Cups. Always compose yourself before giving a response. I'll place it in focus for you. And then Angels came out from the Past Life Oracle. And I'm looking, like, I just want to show you this person's face. Like, whatever gender you feel. I mean, there's something in just, okay, I know it's impolite, you know, we never want to look down on anyone, right? But there are things to be rejected. Attitudes, beliefs people try to pose on us, restrictions in what we're allowed to express ourselves, the ways we're allowed to express ourselves. And there's just something in here where it's like, you know, some people may be trying to box you in so much that even your angels are looking down going, no, nah, that's not it. We have other plans for this person. Okay, and my dog's literally trying to jump up on the back of the couch so that she can... Are you okay, Julia? You got up there okay? All right, I'm going to do something really weird I've never done before. That's Julia for some reason. We did have a message, look out the window. My dog loves sunshine. That she just jumped up there like a cat. My dog is being like a cat. Okay. All right, really, really sorry to do that if that made you dizzy or anything. But I was supposed to show you that. My dog acts like a cat. And for someone, that's like metaphorically a message, okay? It's sort of like someone's saying you have to be this way, but you know you're really the other way. And this To Be Fair, what I'm hearing is you need to be fair to yourself. And that's the utmost importance, is to be fair to yourself. When you are being fair to yourself, you're not being harmful or hurtful to other people. Now, if they feel like, if they have a negative reaction to you being your genuine, authentic self and you being fair to who you are inside, that's a reflection of what's going on with them. That's not a reflection of you. And that's not something you're necessarily causing. They're creating that negativity themselves. You're not. You know, you're doing something positive does not create a negative. Even if somebody else is responding to your positive with a negative, they're the one creating the negative. And you need to just be fair with yourself. And then we have the King of Cups here that says, like, always compose yourself before giving a response. So there is sort of this, when I'm hearing that I'm supposed to say, okay, I kind of have to listen to what's in my belly. Okay. Oh. I wish there was just a mic I could stick in my head so y'all could just hear what comes through. And then I wouldn't have to interpret. Okay. We just talked about people may have negative reactions when you are being your authentic self. I am not going to be justifying anybody's hurtful or negative behavior by saying this. This is not a justification or an excuse, because you do want to keep that Like, you keep that stuff over on your side of the street. But there is a way to do that gracefully. And you may have to call on your angels or your spirit guides, whatever you call upon for your intuitive strengths, to help you find the right language, and I'm hearing tone of voice, to use in response when people are not having a positive reaction to you or what you're doing. And I'm being told to move on. Why am I being asked to take a charm? Forever and a Pegasus. Okay, I'm just going to hold these up. It may just be a confirmation for some of you. And I'm being told your uniqueness, it's forever. It's like it cannot be stifled. It's always been there. And some of you are stepping more into that power. And I'm getting the feel of you may be the strange thing stepping into other people's lives. And I say that as a compliment. Okay? All right. You know, I knew your energy was going to be like completely, like, I don't know how to even translate it. It's like, sorry. If you watch any of my videos, you know I have like the eternal allergies and runny nose, so deal with it. You're going to hear me blow my nose and sniffle. And I kind of feel like that's part of your message. It's like, this is the way I am. Just deal with it, okay? If you don't like it, too bad. This is me. And I don't know why. I'm getting the sense of you are so certain of who you are. So I'm like, why is this coming in a reading that's over all theme? Is something strange coming into your life? I'm like, strange is your department, but there's not everyone's accepting of that. You know, they don't accept the uniqueness all the time. And okay, the word misunderstanding, some people may misunderstand you. And I was also thinking, you don't have to always clarify yourself. It's okay if you don't get me. Like, for some reason, that's a very important sentence. It's okay if you don't get me. Some of you needed that, and that's like a power tool for you, is to be able to say, it's okay if you don't get me. You know, if you don't like me, well, I'm being told, for those of you who that resonates with, and you need to start being able to say that, that's where that song, you might find something in the lyrics. It's the We Can't Be Friends, Wait for Your Love, Ariana Grande. And to check out that song. Okay, we move on to, I don't know, I want to grab something from the Wisdom Oracle. I love your vibe. Can you like come over and hang out with me? I mean, really, it's like sometimes like me and my outdated furniture and my dog that thinks she's a cat. I mean, can you come over and hang out? Like, this is like really cool. I like your vibe. I am really liking this. Oh my gosh, we have Orphaned at the bottom of the deck. Some of you have been ostracized, and for some of you, like, your family isn't even accepting of you because of who you are. Okay, and I'm gonna make a departure from, okay, for those of you that this part of the reading does not resonate, don't worry, it's not your thing. But I'm being told, if this does not resonate for you, it's something worth your while to listen to, because some of you listening are the ones judging the people that I'm going to be talking to right now. And I'm not the best person, I think, to speak of this, because I really just, I use the pronoun she, her. I think if I was born 20 years earlier, I would have gone by they, them. And in this reading, and I know, like, I'm being told, you know, like, I am getting another neutral, okay, this deck wanted to be a part of this reading, that's why. So we will be using the fifth spirit, okay? And I'm supposed to read something. May this guide you to your truth, for where you find your truth, you'll find your power. For some of you, this is about, you know, I'm a late blooming lesbian, so, and I'm still new on that path, and I don't know why it took me so long. A world beyond binaries, okay? For some of you, this is, I don't know how to give you the message. And this Five of Pentacles just came right out. Some of you have been left out in the cold from people because you have come out as being, you know, some of you, people are not approving of your sexual orientation or your gender identity. And for some of you, I mean, it may be like the straight relationship and people don't care for who you're hanging out with, who you're friends with, who you love. But I want to acknowledge that for some that are coming to this reading to listen, yes, there is, it's been hurtful. It's so hurtful when you love and care about people and you show them your true self, and because of society's misguided expectations of who we're supposed to be, the people you love just don't understand how to accept you. And there's a particular message for some of you that it's to have patience, because it's going to take these people time to wrap their mind around it. Not all of them will. But there are a number of people in your life, if you're bringing out new situations. I'm getting a very heavy sexual orientation and gender identity, but like for all of everyone here, that may not be you, but it may be your career choice. It may be, some of you, it's even just the way you dress. Like, I mean, it's just the weirdest stuff that people are judging you for. But it's like, these are the things that you just feel so comfortable in. You know, where you feel comfortable, what makes you feel comfortable is, for some reason, other people are thinking it's strange. And it's going to be, some of you made an abrupt change. We did have stepping into new shoes. So this may be a new change that you've made. And it could even be just a small one, like you changed your hair color. Like that could be how small it is, this strange thing about you. I mean, really, there's nothing strange about you. You're beautiful. My gosh, there's nothing strange about you at all. Gorgeous inside and out, all of you, okay? But there's something in there about it's very... Okay, we're going to keep going with the oracle. What's under that? You know, orphaned, we have not for you. Now, some people, they're not going to be for you. Others in the distance, after a while, will adjust and understand. And though, you know, just, we have they will be reimagining what the society rules should be, and you're teaching them that. And, you know, just remember you'll always have your tribe somewhere, okay? Wow, that was like a windy, weird path. But I don't really get to kind of control what information comes through. I just kind of have to share it with you. And again, I think that's even part of the message is like, you know, you are so naturally the way you are. It's like, this is just the way I naturally am. I can't help it. That's me. And, you know, you have an amazing ability to be able to love other people and care for them and be kind to them. And it doesn't always get reciprocated. And I feel like there's a certain lesson other people need to learn. But still be proud of yourself, you know, and I don't want to say, you know, be forgiving of other people for being mean and rejecting you. I mean, just know that their minds aren't open yet, and you're a part of starting to open their minds. Whether or not the other people will be willing to do that is up to them. I mean, you don't have a choice in what they end up believing or thinking or doing. You just control your own life. And, you know, always compose yourself before giving a response. And what I'm seeing here is like, you know, just when other people respond with anger, with ignorance, I'm going to flat out say it, it make us angry. I mean, it really can. And then what's happening? When we respond in anger to their reaction, we're going to their side of being, you know, in a negative space. So this always compose yourself before giving a response is to say, like, look, like we said earlier, that negativity that's staying on your side, I'm not going to be angry. I'm not going to use hurtful words in retaliation to you. I'm not retaliating to you. I am going to just say, I accept that you are not someone who can understand me. I don't understand why you don't understand me. Actually, I do kind of, because you're still a little brainwashed by society. But you know what? I'm not going to participate in the negativity and the anger. And I'm being told move on. Okay, and we're going to take this deck. I might post another reading just specifically somewhere on this, because this deck wanted to come out. I even have, like, because there is, like, nudity in some of these cards, I have, like, you know, some covered up tape just in case, because, you know. Okay, so we're going to situate these things. Wow. We're going to put your angels up here. And I just... Okay, I was going to ask what's the strangeness, but I don't think we need to ask what the strangeness is. More coffee. How many of you are drinking coffee? Put in the comments if you're drinking coffee while you're watching this. I'm really curious. Oh my gosh. I just have to emphasize this. It's such a joy to feel the spirit of the energy of your spirit. So it's sad that people have a negative reaction when there's just, you have so much that's so wonderful to give to people if they would just accept it. I mean, come on. I just, you know, that, yeah. Okay. So, okay. We've moved on to, instead of the Cozy Witch Tarot deck, for some reason, we're just going to pull, I don't know, does Fifth Spirit have anything? What does pile number 2 need to know? Okay. We have 6 of Cups. I think this wants to go out. Queen of Pentacles. And these two cards want to come out. Okay, there's something. What else is here? High Priestess. Versus the Five of Swords and the Strength. Okay. All right. The last three cards, I understand the message there. It's going to take me a minute to... We're going to just go here. And just what I'm seeing is you are in the High Priestess energy, okay? And there are people in this Five of Swords energy. And you just have to have a lot of strength not to participate in this Five of Swords. And it doesn't mean you don't defend yourself. I heard pick your battles. You defend yourself by continuing to be yourself. Be yourself, despite what anybody else thinks. That's being strong, is being true and genuinely you. And if somebody doesn't like it, it's like, if you don't understand, you don't understand. You know, it's not my problem that you don't understand. That's something you need to work out for yourself. I'm not saying that to you, but that's like kind of what you say to the people who are negative. It's like, you know, it's not my job to make you understand. I understand. And, you know, you being upset is just something you need to work out on your own. I'm not going to fix it for you. I'm not going to change for you either. Okay, so, you know, but like again, the High Priestess is here and you've got that over there. So it's just kind of a confirmation of what we were talking about there. I didn't mean to get all serious on y'all. Really didn't. So we got Six of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. And I'm being told they're out of order. What the hell is going on here? I'm going to pause this because I need to like just try and get a little clearer idea here. Okay, that was like a strange little pause, but I was actually told to read from the book. So I got it open already for the Six of Cups. And I don't know. We'll try to get that in focus for you. And I'm just going to read, being told to flip the page and go from the beginning. After the grief of the five, the Six of Cups reminds us that happiness still lives. Okay. But this was the part I was looking at real quick. For those of us whose pasts have teeth, it can be hard to expect happiness, to trust it when it comes, or even to believe we deserve it. Okay. For some of you, that is the strange new thing, is you're so used to being rejected for who you are that the acceptance is hard to understand. Okay, we'll keep reading. This card brings your attention to that. What has your past made you believe about your future? If your memories leave you lonely, this card invites you to reparent yourself in those memories, to hold yourself through them, to be the support that you never had. When looking back hurts too much, this card is a reminder to make new memories, better ones, starting now. Be playful, flirt with joy, make your own sweetness. Happiness is available to you, no matter the past. So for some of you, that strange, I don't know why that word is in this reading. Kind of don't like that word because people call me strange. That strangeness is finding people who accept you, and that there are these people coming into your life that accept you. We're just going to read a little from the cards. I know this is just not my normal forte, but then who knows? Okay, so we'll hold it up. Queen of Pentacles. The Queen supports you in your true and full embodiment in the material world. They know that the mind and heart are part of the body, not separate from it, and they invite you into their integration. With their grounded and holistic wisdom, the Queen offers care and nurture to themselves and others, prioritizing sustainability, practicality, wellness, and pleasure. They are a healer in spirit and in presence. In readings, the Queen advises grounding, gentleness, and sensory presence. We are put in these bodies to experience them and the world through them. So open your senses to their messages. Like the Empress, this card and its connections to the sensual embodiment can bring up dysphoria for some of us. So the Queen supports us in choosing pleasure and pursuing whatever means we need to feel good and right in our bodies because we deserve it. I just want to say, like, do not do anything harmful to yourself. This is, like, kind of worded a little weird. You know, what you need to do to feel right, it is as you and in your body and in this world, do. Just don't do things that are actually hurtful. This card is also a sign of generative energy. It can indicate right potential in the area of a life question. So for some reason, I have a feeling like some of you, I don't know why everything went silent on these cards. I'm going to pull from the Cozy, which, like, can I get a clarifier on, like, what's going on here? Okay. I'm being told this is supposed to go over here. And then one more card. Okay. All right, there. We got a little bit more clarity. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the broom. Tidy up your life so you can make space for something better. Yes, better things are coming. Definitely better things to come. So Temperance, we have a kind of, in response to this Six of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, let go of self-limiting beliefs. And you've been able to do that to an extent. But I think some people might be still carrying around internal judgments of yourself. And it's just time to kind of let those go. Just put that in your past. And actually, that is sort of the past energy. So a lot of you have. And this is really a kind of a beautiful combination here. The Three of Swords means, yes, things have been brokenhearted, things have hurt, but we have the King of Wands. Shine your inner candlelight bright enough for others to follow. And that's just showing, you know, where you've had people not accept you, just keep shining your light because others will find you. Only if you are shining that light, though. If you put that light out, the ones who are going to love you for who you really are aren't going to show up. But for most of you in this reading, they're showing up. And it may feel a little strange because you're not used to getting people who accept you. So there's a few different time frames and pathways going on in group 2. I hope I'm not confusing too many people with this. And then we have 8 of Pentacles with the 4 of Swords. And it says, why are you resting? So it's yes, get out there, be you, work at what your dreams are, work on your passions, keep active. Don't hesitate being who you are, okay? Was there anything else I was supposed to pull for this reading? Spirit, anything? I don't know. No, I just don't think so. Okay, so we had like, I pulled a card before I started all of the piles for like a kind of like what's the outcome of everything card. And it's for all the piles. And it is 21, the World. Yay, you did it. Now do something to celebrate a job well done. And I think for the most part, y'all have gone through this process of figuring out who you really are, embracing who you really are, like allowing your light to shine, and knowing that some people don't like it and you've had to shift directions and find different people to be around. But you're keeping at it is the future. Is that there is work, that there is, I don't want to say work, because in this term, I feel like there is playfulness and joy and friendships and acceptance. And it's like, you don't have to sit alone anymore. It's, I don't know what else to say. Okay. I hope that made sense to you. Can always use the comments to let me know. If something in the reading stood out to you that you feel like sharing, go for it. But yeah, I mean, you're just like an amazing group, and there's a really wide spectrum of where each of you are on this particular journey. I think we covered like a lot of different spots. So where you find yourself in this, you may be at the beginning of stepping out of your comfort zone and being yourself, and you feel kind of like it's a strange thing to suddenly be doing your own thing. Like, I'm going to be rambling at this point if I keep talking, so I'm hearing like, just shut up and go live your life, just tell other people, like, like they can shut up and you're going to go live your life. Okay. Thank you, pile number 2, for letting me read for you. And this was, like I said, I hope this isn't confusing to you, and that, I mean, your energy is just fantastic. And I think people should be happy to be in your company and be around you, and your existence in other people's lives is an absolute gift. Okay, if you're called to another reading, check it out. If not, another pile can check that out. If not, I'll see you in another reading. Thank you. And yeah, let me know in the comments if any of y'all were drinking coffee while you watched this, because we're drinking coffee together today. Hello, pile number 3. So I just sat back down to do your pile, and I noticed that like the sun is starting to come in, and I was like, I should like change the blinds, right? And it was like, no, there's something about let the sun come in. And we did have, I don't know if you actually, something about, where is it? Look out the window. That came through when I was meditating before. It also was, for this group, it was Leo, Cancer, Virgo, but if those aren't your signs, don't worry, this reading can still be for you. And then the words that came through on that were walking away a new direction. So let's see where the cards lead us. And there's a sense of kind of tired, like just like this feeling of like, do I have to do this again? Another change, another something. And I don't know. It's a very weird feeling. And I'm going to test this out. I do have to. So the message was, don't block out the sun. However, I am going to change the blinds because you won't be able to see the cards. Hold on. Okay, just had to make that minor adjustment. Otherwise, the sun was going to shine on the cards in a way that you wouldn't be able to see them. So I'll show you the cards that I pulled before we started the reading, and we'll just get them all out. So we have To the Sea, and I'm just like, I'm really drawn to this, like, this face in the cloud, and it's like almost just leisurely, restfully taking a bath almost, and instead like just drifting away in the bathtub is feeling like it. But there is a sense of like having to move on from something again. So we'll see. The card that came out here from the tarot is the Ten of Pentacles. Having it all looks different to everyone. And there's just this tiredness in this figure. And it's really what I'm feeling. And it's just, for some of you, I feel like it's like you've tried so many times, so many different ways. When is it ever going to work? And I really get that feeling. And I want to say that, like, eventually it'll work. It's like that really annoying saying. It's not how many times you fall down, it's how many times you get back up. And then from the Past Life Oracle is the Celtic card. If you're into past lives, there may be something. I just heard runestones. So there may be, for those of you who are working with tarot or whatever, you may want to look into working with runes. That actually might open up some information for you. Yeah, that's a definite message for some of you, not all of you. And it was 440 when I said it's a definite message. Okay, yeah, for some of you who you do readings and stuff for yourself, or you read for other people, if you're not able to quite grasp what's trying to come through and come into your life, or there's just some kind of a block, using the runes runestones, or even there's rune decks that you can use. You can just make your own if you want to. That may help you access more information. And I just heard, are you serious? Like, I have to learn more? Yeah. We all have to learn more. I know. It kind of sucks. All right, let's like hope your pile gets happier. Oh gosh. Oh, pile 3. I get you're tired. I get you're tired. I'm feeling the tired. There's a 7 on here that I'm supposed to show you. Okay. It's really interesting because I already decided I was going to post these at 10:07 p.m. and see if that's a good time to post them. The channel's new, so I'm like still experimenting with stuff. And I picked 10:07 because that's the time of night I was born. And you have the 10 of Pentacles and the 7. So it's like, there's something there. You might be a Taurus too. Because I don't know. I'm like, because I'm a Taurus. I was born on the full moon, so I'm a Taurus sun in both the 5th and the 6th house. And then my Scorpio is my moon, and that's in the 11th and 12th house, and a Sag rising. But since I have the double houses for the opposing signs, fun, I have Pisces and Virgo intercepted. So for some reason, like, some of you might have an intercepted sign, and that is a whole reading. That's something totally also. Why do I feel like for some of you, there's like you need new sources of information to get you through a block? Because for some of you, I was just told to say, if you have an intercepted sign, you might want to go and research that and see how you can bring in those signs more into your life. How does this relate to a strange new thing is entering your life? So for some of you, these ways of getting past this block and getting the information that you need to kind of get you out of this feeling of stuck is going to be kind of a strange new thing to you. And I think that's where the strange new thing comes in. And I hope nobody takes offense with the word strange. Because I kind of like, people called me strange a lot when I was growing up. So I kind of have a slight issue with strange, but I think, you know, strange can be good. My hand just picked up this deck. So what? Okay. Oh gosh. You know, just, yeah, it's just 7, the Chariot. You'll never get anywhere if you keep standing still. And I dread having to give you that message because you don't want to hear it. You know, like, it really is that feeling of like, really? I'm sorry. You know, some of you are just going to want to click off now and be like, no, don't tell me that. And some of you are like, I know, it's true. I don't want to hear it though. But like, we've got to find something positive in here. Well, I mean, the end card is, because I have a card I picked for all groups to be like, what is the eventual outcome? But yeah, there is that sense of like, you know, you'll never get anywhere if you keep standing still. So it's just, but I'm looking at this card of just sometimes just taking that relaxing bath and meditating, you'll be able to be sailing forward and moving across the sea to the other side. You know, it's this, when it says, you know, not to be standing still, it doesn't mean you don't have to, even in stillness, we can move forward. You know, we can find answers, we can find what it is we're looking for in stillness. But if you're sitting still with the thoughts of dread and kind of, if you can see in the picture just here, if it's this kind of stillness where you're like, you're not going to get the answers you need. So it's, what else? I don't have anything really planned out for you. I really don't. I'm going to take that card. And then, okay. So, well, we did get something happy here. We have an Ace of Pentacles. Wow, what an abundant opportunity. And Queen of Wands. Replace your self-doubt with self-confidence. Look at the difference in these two. Oh my gosh. Okay, I just, really, I'm seeing just kind of like the couch, you know, the clothes you wear, like when you're just like, I'm gonna like spend the day on the couch binge watching something on television and like looking at like all these different cats, like which one am I supposed to be? What one am I, oh gosh, people are asking too much of me. And then you look over here at this card, the Queen of Wands. Replace your self-doubt with confidence. There is one cat. And this person is dressed and just embracing their gloriousness. So it's not wondering, oh gosh, which one am I supposed to be? Who wants me to be what? It's, I know who I am. And I think that's the stuck, okay? Is the finding, you know, your Ace of Pentacles is finding, you know, your true identity, your true self, your true nature, what it is that really makes you happy, and then actually putting your energy into that. see if there's anything else from this deck that wants to come out. I think this one wants to. I'm going to take you. At the bottom of the deck, Six of Wands. You're kind of a big deal, so act like it, okay? I think that's just kind of a little bit of a message that you need. Like, yeah, you are something special. And effortless is what I'm hearing. You'll know what the right thing is because it'll feel effortless. And that's going to be a defining way to understand what is best for you and what is for your highest good is, does it feel like this is draining me or is this effortless? And that's going to be your Ace of Pentacles moment. And that's what's going to make you just shine. Because when you know that this feels like it's effortless, you know you found it. So let's see. We had King of Wands, shine your inner candle bright enough for others to follow. I'm going to put all of these down and then we'll get them in order. Judgment, number 20. All the signs say that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And then we have 2, the High Priestess. When in doubt, your first gut feeling can always be trusted. So this really is, you know, this new thing, what you're finding now, even though you're like, oh, do I have to do this again? You're finding more about who you really are. And that's going to make things, make life less burdensome. And it's going to attract people to you. And it's just, you know, with the Judgment card here, it's just sort of saying you're in the right place. It may feel like, you know, you're just adrift at sea. You may feel like you don't know what's what. You're actually in the right place, believe it or not. As much as it doesn't feel that way right now, you are in the right place. It's, you know, we are supposed to go through these times where we're like, I don't feel like I have any of the answers. Because when we start saying I don't have the answers, we start getting rid of the wrong answers. The ones that didn't serve our highest good. You know, once we get to that place of, okay, all these answers we thought we had that weren't serving our highest good, we push them aside. I don't have any answers. It's like, guess what? Now you've opened up the space so that the answers of what does serve your highest good can come right on in. And you're shining the light and opening that up. And even though you feel like you're sitting in the darkness, you're not. You're shining and saying, okay, answers come in. And I think that's why we had the message for some of you, like the rune stones, for some of you, if it was an intercepted sign. So there's different avenues that you'll all be exploring to kind of like find answers. And then we have the High Priestess. When in doubt, your first gut feeling can always be trusted. And I'm being told, like, some of you, you need to, like, remember what made you happy when you were very, very young. Because that's going to kind of give you some insight as to what your real joy is created from. And that'll give you some answers. There are crystals here. And just the fact that the person in this picture is working with the cards. I have a feeling that, like, a lot of you do work with the cards. So, you know, that's going to be helpful. And something about the moon phases here is just to remind you, like, keep in mind, you know, like, we go through a new moon where we can't see the moon. We go to the full moon where it's all lit up. We go through these. We go through these cycles. It's okay. It's okay to cycle. That's not an issue. What am I supposed to pull? Hold on a second while I figure out what deck we're supposed to pull from next to get something. Okay, for some reason, I think we're going to get maybe one or two of the Seasons of the Witch Beltane Oracle just to... Okay. Is there anything else? Okay. Alright. We got those two. The first that came out... Make sure I can get this in focus for you. Maiden, demand what is yours and take back what was taken. Reclaim until you've gathered all of you. Yes, you know, that's a process that you're going through right now, is you're reclaiming yourself. And this may have been all of your pieces were scattered and tossed away, and it feels like you just don't have you anymore. And you've got to bring that back all into one. So if you've felt like you've been shattered apart, you're bringing that back together. And there's something about, like, when the pieces fall apart, when something's broken into pieces, being able to put it back together into a new form. And I think that also ties back to, if you're feeling like you have no answers, that means you've gotten rid of the wrong answers so that you can find the right ones. Sometimes we need to break something apart so we can put it back together in the form that it was destined and meant to be in. So we have that card there. And then we have Pegasus. This is 22, if you're into the number thing. And this is 30, Pegasus. Break free, dear one, spread wide and far, for you aren't containable, you are limitless. And we did mention earlier, like, you know, some of you feeling like just trapped and blocked. The infinite, it's just, what's available to you is actually infinite. And I feel like we need one more card. But it just, I mean, like, look at the beautiful wings, and it's just going through such darkness, and it's okay. And we had talked about, you know, you may feel like you're in darkness, but you're shining your light. And just look how, here it is, all of this darkness, but you're still shining your light. And that's what's going to call things in for you, is to keep shining your light, even in the darkness, even though you feel like you're in the darkness. And I'm being told, you can light up the darkness yourself. You can be the light that shines to light up the darkness, the space that you're in, okay? I'm told to look at the bottom of the deck. Surrender, 41. There's nothing more blissful than the act of letting go, of setting yourself free. Okay. Oh my gosh. Pile number 3. Just give me a minute. Okay, let's try to get through this. Wow. I'm going to pause just right now. There is so much warmth that you have to give to others. And I can feel that. And it's just, what is in your heart is just so comforting. Even though your heart feels like it's hurt or just buried somewhere, okay? When that heart surfaces, what you have to give is just absolutely gorgeous, and it's such a comfort to others, and it's such a warming presence, okay? So I will try to read this card, and I send you my love, I really do, because some of you are in that place where these tears are coming from. That's, you know, they're getting sent. That's why I'm feeling them, and I have to cry them, and maybe you have to cry your tears too. So we'll attempt to get through this reading, even though, like, I can't see with my glasses, and, like, I'm really literally crying. Okay. There is nothing more blissful than the act of letting go, of setting yourself free of all that does not serve you. I cannot say that without breaking down. Okay, I'm gonna hold this up to the screen and try and make it so that you can just, it's very, I think very important. Hopefully this will come across on the screen okay. I can't read it to you without, like, breaking down crying. And I feel like some of you need to be able to read this out loud. And I'm trying, hopefully this will work fine with the video if you want to pause it and just read it out loud to yourself. And if you need to write it down and reread it over and over now and then, that may be what you need. Okay? But setting yourself free of all that doesn't serve you. And some of you are in that place right now, and it feels like such a place of loss. But the thing is, you have to lose those things in order for you to gain. And with that, we will move on to, I pulled a card that would be like the last card for all groups. It's like uniform, no matter which pile you picked. It would be, you know, the outcome for all three groups. Even though you've been so diverse and so different of groups. Okay, so here is, oh my god, I mean, we have the same, this is so wonderful. Like, we're just talking with the Queen of Wands, and we have, like, almost this is kind of same dress. Okay, the end outcome, right? You know, what's coming is the World. Yay, you did it. Now do something to celebrate a job well done, okay? And she's just surrounded by butterflies. So you're gonna get through this, and when you do, oh boy, you better celebrate. Because you'll have a lot to celebrate for when you get through this. And I'm, like, hearing, like, right now, you're preparing to give yourself an abundance of gifts. You will be giving gifts to yourself so often. Now that you've, like, cleared out the stuff that doesn't belong with you, you're free to even just be able to, so you're not just give gifts to others. Like, it's probably been really easy in the past for you to give to others, but to give to yourself, well, that's like a whole different thing, you know? I mean, like, you know, it's so easy for some of us to give to others, but then when it comes to giving to ourselves, it's like, well, how do I do that? You know? And what I'm hearing and understanding from this is that you're in a place where you are going to learn to be able to consistently and regularly and constantly be giving gifts to yourself. And through that process, you will be sharing your gifts with others, okay? So, I mean, I know this is where most of you are right now, okay? Totally is. If you have, this is what the blah. Okay, I can't believe it. Okay. Blah. Oh, pile 3. Oh my. That's the deck this is from. If you have it, I'm like, probably some of you do, some of you don't. Or you can, like, Google the card if you can't really see it on here. It's card 41. It's Surrender. I am not going to attempt to read this to you because I will break down crying again. But I'm sure if you go online and you Google it, you can find a picture of this. If you couldn't see it well enough on the video, go back. It's just something about these words. It's almost like, I don't want to say it's like spell casting, but it's like, it's a way to, it releases something. There's something in these words that releases the pain. And underneath, as that pain comes out, there's just a comfort that comes in and fills. And that's how I experienced it. So for some of you, that may be how you experience it. And this card may help you with that. But like I said, just look for the Seasons of the Witch, Beltane Oracle, the Surrender card number 21 or 41, sorry. And you can find the picture, probably somebody has a picture on the internet somewhere, and it should have the saying with it. So you can look that up and just jot it down and say it out loud if you can. Definitely. And just remember the world. You did it. And you're going to have so much to celebrate. Okay, pile number 3. I am like, you know, if I could pass anything through the screen right now, it would be a box of tissues. But yes, you have so much beautiful coming in, and this darkness, it just shine your light. That's all you have to do is shine your light. Okay? I don't know what else to say. I send you my love, and I send you a box of tissues, and give it a try reading out the words on the surrender card and see if that helps release and unblock some things for you. Till the next reading, take care.